Hello, my name is Matt. Welcome to the channel Fabricating Firewood. Today I'm going to install an hour meter onto my brand new 2228. I don't know of any other way besides making a log to get this information so that I can keep up on the maintenance. It's a pretty simple thing to do. You just hook the wire, wrap it around the coil of the spark plug wire, and then run this single wire to the back of this and put it into the channel, and it somehow reads the voltage that goes through it. This is just a standard cheap Chinesium hour meter. Comes with instructions, 3 different mounting methods: zip ties, 2-way tape, and screws. I think I paid like $10 for it. Can't go wrong with it. I mean, I've had several of these from China. I just hit reorder on the actual website, but basically you're just going to wrap it around and zip tie it to the coil. Pretty simple. Now, one thing I have noticed is that you can't just, there's plenty of wire, so just get past it. You don't want to just install the edge of the wire because you can't push it through. So what you do is get a good grip of the wire, run it through, and pull it tight. Then you can use a flat blade screwdriver if you can't get it down in there, but you're just routing that wire right through the channel in order to get it to where it's all the way down in there. Like I say, you just use a flat blade to push it the rest of the way. And once you get it down in there, just clip off the end. Like I said, there's plenty of wire, so don't worry about using too much. Next thing is to figure out where to mount this bad boy. I think you have to have at least 5 or 6 winds of the wire around the spark plug. And on this Vanguard engine, the spark plug wire is pretty buried, so it's going to be a little bit of a chore to get that done. Let's see here. Oh, there you go. So it comes out a little bit more. So that should be good. So on this 2228, I just pulled the spark plug wire off and then just slide it out a little bit. That'll allow me to wrap it around tightly. And I am going to mount this to the top of the air filter, most likely the cover. I don't think it's affected by vibration, but I don't really see any other option of mounting it to something that's going to get not get in the way with the wire or in the way of the cylinder or hoses. I guess I could mount it on the cylinder block back here. Let's see. You know what? I think I'll do that. I'll hook it to the back one. Be a little harder to see on the video, but we'll make it work. And there's more wire sticking out back here, so that'll work better. Okay, I've repositioned the camera so that it's on the back side inboard portion of the motor. And like I said, there's a little bit more of the spark plug wire sticking out than on the outboard side. Looks like about 1.5 inches, 2 inches, where the other side is actually a lot less, maybe 1 inch. So this will give me a little bit more working room. It says to mount it, obviously, in a location it's not going to interfere with anything, and this is clearly not going to interfere with anything. It also says that you need to, prior to hard mounting it, turn the motor on for about 6 minutes so that it'll read 1/10 of an hour. However, I've not had one of these not work, so I'm just going to locate it on the cylinder block, whatever you want to call it, and then I'm going to loosely wrap the wire around there so that I can still gain access to the actual spark plug if I have to. So it'll be rather loose wire and not be zip tied to anything because it is kind of out of the way. But you want to make sure that it's as close to the boot as you can get it, and wrap it around like 5 or 6 times. I don't think any more would hurt it, so that's what I'll do, probably 7 or 8 times. And then you zip tie it, and then you run the wire to your final mounting location. First thing I need to do is clean this block off so that the adhesive will stick to it. I just use brake clean. Brake clean works for everything. Pardon the hacking and the clearing of throat, but This weather's got me a little off edge. Another thing is it's a little cool, so in order to get the adhesive to stick better, I'm going to heat it up a little bit. Now you can use flame, or you can use this doodad, which is a DeWalt heat gun, which I find pretty handy. Then several times I've used this away from an extension cord with the shrink wrap soldering connectors that has the solder in the middle of the shrink wrap, which is very nice, like 12-15 cents a piece. There you go. All right. I would attach the adhesive to the back of the hour meter before attaching it to the actual block. That way you get better placement. Now this is clean, obviously, because it's brand new. However, I found if you rub a little bit of brake clean on the back of the piece of plastic, it will dissolve it a little bit. And what that does is allows for better adhesion. Just line up the screw holes. Push that bad boy on there. And just like so. I found if you push and let it hold for about 30 seconds, that should be sufficient pressure to get it to bond. Tell you what, the more I look at everything on this Eastonmade 2228, it is just quality. The welds, the powder coating, the design, the geometry of it. It is just second to none. I do not regret getting this thing at all. Okay. Now what I will do is zip tie it to this very large hydraulic hose just to keep it away from the exhaust. A little bit close quarters in here. So what I typically do in a tight space like this, I'll just wrap it around loosely the appropriate amount of times and then pull it tight, bunch it up, make sure it's nice and coiled so that it does a good read on the voltage. I was planning on just coming out here and splitting wood, but I totally spaced that I had this. I figured I might want to put it on before. Now the last one, I kind of tie it off and route it under. It helps maintain the wire, because the zip tie only does so well keeping it bunched up, but if you wrap it around and then zip tie the wire to the wire, it'll actually hold it better. And I'll take a photo of it and include it in this. Alright. Now, before I go cutting the wire, I am definitely going to test it just to make sure it works. I don't want to have to go searching for right size new wire and break the back of the hour meter by forcing it in. But that's wrapped around a good 7 times. Pop the spark plug back on and give her a whirl. Choke, mid. Business. It is working. So I will go ahead and dress up this wire just to make sure that it's not going to get caught on anything. Cut the zip ties off, or the ends of the zip ties off, and then I'm going to split some wood. Well, hi, kitty. I don't think you want to be up there. Meow. 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 Good thing about Indiana weather is you can always count on not counting on it. Like literally less than 7 days ago, it was 0 degrees with a -10 wind chill, and now it's 51 degrees out. I'm going to try something different today. I'm going to use my Tahoe to move the wood splitter out, and then I'm going to use the other side of the hitch in order to move it, because it just seems too bouncy on those forks. Nice. That's not good. Okay. Right. I am going to flip the tow bar in the opposite direction, hook it to the back of the machine, seeing as the front of the machine is where the business comes out. Trick is going to be getting around that that damn deck over there. And one thing I do not like about this machine is this little clip. When I went to go insert it into the tow bar, the holes weren't lined up correctly, and it kind of went off kilter and went boop and got stuck right in the middle. So I was under there for about 5 minutes with some really long needle nose trying to spread or close that clip in to push it so I can get it out. So I'm probably going to change that to a different type of actual pin. I do like this though, the captive spring-loaded deal that's on the back. That is quite nice. I don't want to lose this, so I will. This is how I got it stuck. Like reaching in there like this, couldn't really see. It was off angle, hit sideways, and bam. All right. Probably gonna be too low, so I will go ahead and lower it, which is raising it. That should work. I'm probably gonna store it in this configuration in the garage. That way it stays relatively easy to set up. Eek. Damn it. That's the bad thing about gravel. Bad thing about gravel is you give it too much or too little gas. Now the problem with this is it's heavy back here, so it's now relying on this coupler to not cause it to fall over on the back end, because all the weight is forward or now aft, however you look at it. So as I lower it, it raises the back of the Tahoe up. All right, let's see how that works out. Now this is going to be fun, not fun. So I need to lower this, obviously, so that it clears the underside of the Eastonmade, I don't know what you call wood deck. So we'll see if that works. If I recall, I think they were wanting, when I talked to them, it to rest on the tongue and not the feet, your storage feet. But one problem I had is it got a little cattywampus and it would cause the belt to travel, and then it started wreaking havoc on the belt. So I'm thinking I'm going to have to get something, a skid steer quick attach with a ball in order to move this around. This thing's so heavy, it does not like its current situation right now. So I figured if I get a front skid steer mount so I can move it around the tractor, it'll be easier. There we go. It'll be a whole lot easier to navigate pushing it versus pulling it. Now on this, I'm going to have to move the conveyor over to meet it because it's just, I don't want to take a chance of backing this into the conveyor and messing up my job of, that's gonna be fun, messing up my job of making these wings, the bat wings. So I think leverage, I'm not gonna try and mess my back up, so I'm gonna get a 2x4 and use some leverage. Like so. Now, I doubt I'm going to be able to move that log splitter by myself back, but I can move this closer to it. So I'm going to have to put this under it so it falls off of it as I move it forward. That's what I'm talking about. Right there. Now I gotta move the truck. Cause and effect. Cause and effect. That worked out pretty damn good, if I do say so myself. Now I just have to move the truck over so that the wood makes it into the trailer. I want to make sure that these logs are out of the way first. Your days are numbered, Mr. Log. Oh yeah. All right. That's an operation right there. Woo! Don't stand there. This is the problem. That's a problem. Ah, gas. They only put enough gas in it to test it. The problem is this belt on the conveyor keeps going to the left and right depending on the angle of the conveyor. I need to get some fuel in this bad boy. I do like these super siphons. A little slow, but convenient. It's 51 degrees out here and it feels like it's 70. Sweating. This is quite the operation. I'm not going to leave my $19,000 wood splitter out by the road for somebody to just pull up and take. So I have to put it up every night. Yep, empty. I'm just going to fill it up with the rest of this can. I'm not going to be able to split long enough to make a dent in this amount of fuel. I just wanted to set everything up and do a test run and play with my toy. The real split day is this Saturday. Why is this going so slow? Box wedge definitely does not like maple. Likes to crush it. It's so brittle. So I found I have to make the pieces a little bit bigger using maple. There we go. Since it's so brittle, what it'll do, it'll break that in half. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Now the good thing about the way I do mine is it all goes in the trailer, and I dump it out of the trailer to the back of the dump trailer, and then from there I load it into IBC cages. So all the worthless crap just stays in the dump trailer. Notice how that just cut that in half. definitely does not like maple, or old maple anyway. It's just too brittle. Way too brittle. There we go. Not sure what kind of wood this is. Try that. What I did there was engage the wedge lift so that it touches, so that it won't push up. Hopefully. That's better. Right, no way in hell that split fire would even make a dent in this log. None. one more person at a minimum. Did the bigger pieces back for resplit. Man, it's taking light work of this. I think it's like oak. Woo. I think that might be pin oak. That's what it looks like anyway. Not too bad if I stand on this side. Seems to be running a little slow. Like in second stage for some reason. One. To time it here in a second. $1,001, $1,002, $1,003, $1,004, $1,005, $1,006, $1,007, $1,008, $1,009. Running a little slow. What I'm trying to avoid is pinching a piece in there so that when it gets to the end it ruins it and it cuts it in half.